Monday morning, everybody. Fantastic Monday, February the 9th, 2025. Speed Weeks is upon us, everyone. Dang it. Hang on a minute. I gotta pause. I gotta shut my phone up so it don't holler. So you hear it? Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Quick flash. Sorry. I meant to silence my phone so it wouldn't notifications wouldn't bother me. But today's Days of Praise passage is episode 1495, part 1, which this is basically Love Week. That's the way they put it. And there in Fruitland Park, it's Love Week. They had the 5K race on Saturday, which it was Saturday. Yesterday for me, but then they have it all week until Valentine's Day on Sunday. I mean Saturday. And that means Valentine's Day is episode 1500 if everything goes right. So it will be live. So I'll have to do probably when I do my Thursday, Friday videos, I'll have to make sure I schedule. I was hoping I'd be able to drive over, but hopefully if I can get my vehicle working this week. I was supposed to have a family friend come by, and family slash friend, a cousin slash friend, because they started out being the people started out being friends, and then this person's mother married my well somewhat married my uncle, which is my mother's the next her next sibling down, and now is he the only sibling she's got left. The two younger ones are gone. Don't know about the step brother. He's a little bit older. He was from another. He's from the same mother but different father. But we don't know about him yet. So, but our actuality, her and her brother's the only two left on this side. So, but it is what it is. But when she married him, that made them family cousins. So I could say as friend slash cousin. I met him at the store the other day. Was supposed to come by on Friday or Saturday, and had didn't see. They didn't even text to let us know what was going on. So whatever. I might shoot a text tomorrow and find out. Think he probably just got busy and forgot. And it's fine. We're not any. We want to get it done, but I like to get that car running before I have to do the live on Saturday. So if we don't, then I'll have to walk to the library. So which is probably about a good 10 miles to walk from here. I kind of calculated it's 3 miles to Walmart, so it's probably not a 5 from Walmart to the thing. So I can say about 10 miles. Just and then I gotta walk back because it's a weekend, so the buses ain't running. Now if it was a day that if that number had popped up on a regular weekday, I could do it. I could just go down and get on the bus and go over there and do it. But since it's a weekend, that library's not open on the weekend. I could no, I'd have to walk over that way too. So But without the bus not running, you have to walk. But I've done it. I've done it twice now. I've walked to the library twice. But they didn't. The last time I walked, I didn't have the money to ride the bus, so I had to walk. And then when I walked on New Year's, the bus wasn't running that day. It was a regular day, but it wasn't running that day, so I had to go down and do my New Year's live. So, but it is what it is. But today's Days of Praise passage, we're going to be learning about Selah, Selah, however it's pronounced. That five-letter word that you see in the book of Psalms, which we're starting off probably the first time it was said or listed in the the book, Psalm 3:2. So it'll be in the Psalm playlist as well from Henry M. Morris. But the word is Selah, Selah, Selah. And when you read in the Psalms, you'll get to a certain part and you see that word. And that word, to my recollection, means a pause. It's telling you you say that, you pause. You think about what you just read. You reflect on what you just read. And then you go on and read more. And then if you see it again, you do it again. But it's several times in the book of Psalms that you see that. So, but if you're excited, let's get going. If God woke you up today, give Him all the glory. Um, Birthdays, anniversaries, and prayer requests down below. You know the deal. Birthday. My birthday goals this year is 800 subscribers, back up to 800 on the 18th of April. And then I won't hope my channel is made official by then. So, and the way to do that is to watch more complete videos, and that will stretch those watch hours out to get that number to where it needs to be. So if you would do both of those for me, I would appreciate it. So let's get going. Selah, Selah, however it's pronounced. Psalm 3:2, many of these, and don't forget to leave a like if you enjoy the video. Excuse me, sorry about that. Hang on a minute, I'll be right back in just a quick flash. Sorry about that jump. I had to get a cough and I had to get everything cleared. So, but many there be which say of my soul, there is no help from him for him in God. Selah, Selah. Whichever way. Is it the first way or the second way? If if you if all you scholars, if you know that how the word's pronounced, let me know which way to say it. Is it Selah or Selah? I think it sounds like it's Selah. But so the word occurs 74. I'm not gonna try to say it again because I don't know which way to say it. But it sounds right when I say Selah instead of Selah. Selah. So the word occurs 74 times in the Bible. 3 are rich in the prophetic psalm of Habakkuk. I didn't know it was in another book. I thought it was just in Psalms. With the other 71 in the book of Psalms. Woo! So 74 times. 71 in the book of Psalms, and then there's 3 in Habakkuk. So the first of these occurrences is here in our beginning passage, Psalm 3:2. And it occurs at the end of verses 4 and 8, thus in effect dividing Psalm 3 into 3 stanzas. So you got verses 1 and 2, and then you say the word. And then you got 3 and 4, then you take a pause. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, take a pause. I guess there's only 8 verses in that one. So, however, its exact meaning is uncertain. Most authorities think it's some kind of musical notation to be applied when the psalm was being sung with accompanying music instrumentation. It suggests a pause of some kind, perhaps to allow the instruments to play a few notes while the singers were silent before proceeding with the next portion, possibly changing to a different key. So, like I said, it's a pause. You pause to reflect on what you just said or read. So when the psalm is merely being read, however, as must often as must you should say as most often be the case, this explanation would be pointless. Thus some think it indicates a brief pause for reflection on the truth just revealed before proceeding to the next point. Selah might therefore mean something like, think of that. Reflect. That's what I'm saying. To me, it means you see it, you reflect on what you just read or heard. Because if somebody else is reading it and you're following along, you see that word. It's like you think of it just for a few seconds before the next part is started. So in Psalm 3, as the first instant, verse 2 notes that many, perhaps originally those involved in Absalom's rebellion against King David, are saying, not even God can help him now. But then the psalmist remembers God's promises. He prays and God answers, and now he can say, well, what do you think of that? Think about that. Both exclamations seem implied by his Selah. So then in the third stanza, he stresses his security in his Lord. He can sleep and not be afraid of 10,000s of people that them have set themselves against me round about. Dot 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 dot. Salvation belongeth unto the Lord. Thy blessing is upon thy people. Psalm 3, verse 6, and then verse 8. So, what can you say about that, you enemies of God and his word? Selah. They put it right there at the end. It's right there at the end. Think about it. When you read the Psalms and Habakkuk, whatever you read and you see that word, reflect on what you just read, or if somebody else is reading it, what you just heard. Reflect on that part before you go on. That's very, very simple to do. It's like that verse 2. You say, many there be which say of my soul, there is no help for him in God. And you like you pause like, think about that verse. Think about what it says. So, but it is what it is. I was the other day I was Friday when I went to do my upload. Um, when I went to do my uploading, I went over to Walmart to do my use the Wi-Fi to upload, and I had my ink pen on my books in my bag. Well, somehow or another, my ink pen fell out of my bag, and I didn't know it until I got to the store. Like, where's my pen? Well, I come back home, found out where it fell out at, and somebody ran over it. They didn't know it was there, so and then it busted the thing. So now I had to get a new ink pen. I think this one won't break. If you drop it somewhere and somebody runs over it, it's probably not going to break because it's got a hard outshell. That other one had the very thin plastic. So, but I lost my. That was a nice ink pen too. I liked it. I had it on my books to write my um. I didn't make sure that was gonna write. So coming up at 1 o'clock today, we're gonna do the Days of Praise, the Daily Bread passage, part 2 of episode 1495, and how the proud fall. From Win Collier, derived from Proverbs 18, 1 through 12. Verse 12 will be our key verse or passage. And then our Bible reading for today is Leviticus chapter 6 and 7, and the first part of Matthew 25, 1 through 30. So before we even get out of Matthew, we're gonna probably be we're in the third book on that one. We're already in the fourth book in the turning point. We just started the fourth book, Numbers. So but that'll be first part of Matthew 25. I think there's 28 verses or 28 chapter. Yeah, there's 28, and then we start on Mark on the 18th. So, but stay tuned for that for your daily bread passage for today. Stay tuned for that. I'll be getting that in just a few minutes, but you'll see it at 1. So, with that said, I love you, appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep on keeping on and trusting God. He'll keep you safe in all you say and do, and He'll see you through it. God bless everyone. God bless America in 2026 and beyond. And until later, peace out, everybody. So long. Have a great rest of your fantastic Monday morning, and come back after 1 for How the Proud Fall and find out what that's going to be. So I hope to see you there. So until then, have a great rest of your morning, everybody, and I'll see you at 1. Goodbye.